What is going on, PMG fam? What is today, Sunday? What's going on, Sunday Fun Day? We've got some time left. Do we have any crazy folks in here that might want to come hang out with some agent masters? What's going on, Charles? Good to see you, man. Yeah, we got it. Thanks, Asta, for getting this out. There he is. What's going on? So, we're going to have a little bit of fun, and hopefully, we'll have a special guest join us to talk about one of the new features that everyone is hyped about, which I also am hyped about, which is wallet passes. These are very, very cool technology. Looks like he's just joining us right here. So I'm gonna pop on our guest for tonight. What's going on, Danny? How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys?
Great, man. We hear you and see you perfectly. So I'm so glad you're here on just kind of a short notice. This is not like something new to you. You've kind of known this is uh, being done in the background a little bit. You're one of the first people that I showed it to. Tell us a little bit about what is this wallet technology that everyone is about to love so much.
Well, first of all, when I took a look at I was browsing through social media and I saw the image of the latest update, and I had to look twice, and I had to do the
Yeah,
double.
for sure.
Wow, like you had been working on this obviously on the hush, and so much respect to you and to the team for keeping it, behind the curtains because
Yeah,
that was very surprising. This is a very, very significant update. I have been working with a tool like this or an element, uh, the mobile wallet technology since 2018. So I'm very familiar with the functionality. I'm very familiar with the strategies when it comes to marketing objectives. And it has been the catalyst, if I can encapsulate the importance of this mobile wallet technology in my trajectory. It has been the catalyst that has allowed me to do good things for clients.
for me, I totally get that. It's the thing that can be totally unique, and it's what I love about digital. Anything digital is you put your money where your mouth is. You can see the result. Um, People that are in this game that don't have the right intentions and don't have the right time in the trenches, as you might say, don't generally last because clients don't pay for things that don't work. And in so much of digital marketing, I've always just been under the impression there's so much out there that clients, businesses are paying for, especially when it comes to huge agencies. They don't know what they're actually buying, and they can't justify a lot of times. Did we reach the mark? Did we meet a goal? Did we have a goal? And for me, I've always loved that you can't argue with the numbers. If there's a number of people that liked, commented, clicked, these are measurable things that all have different impact. And depending on what it is, you've got a hamburger restaurant and you've got maybe a manufacturer of machines. These end user or these consumer items are much different. So when you get traction on something like a huge $100,000 machine, and you can say, look, this person commented on the thing, they sent a message after our AI sent them a message after the comment, and look, they became a lead. That's a huge deal. And for me, it's tangible. Okay, you can see how many times XYZ has happened. And for what I understand about wallets, there's a lot of things that you can do that are trackable. It's not just impressions, and instead it's something rock solid. And tell us a little bit more about like how do you use this technology, and then we'll run this little slideshow that I've got put together for us.
Yes. So the main thing or the part of the funnel where I found the best use of the wallet passes was at the retention level, right? So
Hmm.
a lot of agencies, a lot of marketers are focused on lead generation or, sales and that sort of thing, traditional funnel portions, right? But I believe that the forgotten part of the funnel is retention, right? The post sale phase where you already have a customer we all know in marketing that it costs less to acquire or to keep a customer than to acquire a new one, right? That's fundamentals, right?
Hmm.
So having said that, that's where I found the best use of the mobile wallet technology when implemented right. However, there's a there's several instances where I have been able to gather case studies where we used it at the very top, right, to generate a customer or a list of customers with zero ad spend. So the tool is very versatile. I mean, a lot of people, including myself, when I first became aware of this tool, was oblivious to so many elements within the tool that allows us to measure and to optimize those results, right? So the I believe the front of the mobile wallet pass is for the end user, right? It helps that person feel part of something, right? It gives him or her access to something that other people may not have access, right? So
Hmm.
immediately, I mean, our human instinct is to say, "Hey, how do I get upgraded, or how do I get the bigger room if you're at a hotel, or how do I get the better treatment, right? Because you notice these things as a consumer, right? And um, and you want to be part of that, right? How do you become part of these loyalty programs? By spending more frequently, right? So it works so hand in hand, for the marketer who's keeping track of all these statistics and everything, like ourselves, and for the end user, right? The end user, now he's or she's part of the cool kids club, or
I
you
feel
know
exclusive.
yeah, exactly. And these tactics, they're not new. They are actually tactics that have worked, for the longest. But the tool itself is something that is still untapped, and something that even the big brands that have been participating, since Apple's Passport app, um, they're not using it to their full potential, right? So, I think
I think that you hit a nail on the head there, and I think this is why it's important to say, hey, this is 2026, and you said you started this, you started looking at this wallet technology back in 2018. Is that right? Something around that time. I believe
yeah.
that's like the early, just about the earliest you could jump into that technology. And while it's amazing to be, um, you know, first first to do something in a lot of times, in certain cases, what do they call it? Coming in before your time, right? And for me, Wendy and I too, once we became, an agency way back when, we also implemented wallet passes through a third party service, because that's just generally what she did. And it just didn't make sense to build the full stack ourselves back then. It just didn't make sense. But for us, it was a cool thing, a unique thing. And all of the places that we implemented this at, it was, pretty much a hit. And I think that the only real issues in the early days, which hindered the technology from being adopted faster and wider, at least in my experience, was the difference in how Google Wallet and Apple Wallet interacted. There's still some tiny nuance. I think we've covered most of it, but the early days, what was required most of the time was a third party downloaded app. And
Yeah.
this was the deal breaker because a lot of times this was not going to be branded. This was going to, if it was going to be your brand, it would take a long time to get approved into the Apple Store. And so that was like the hang up in a lot of cases on iPhone. I think in general, it worked really well. I think it was Google Wallet. There may have been a reason to download that third party app to make sure there was parity. Does that sound right?
That's exactly right. I think that the Android users, um, or the brands whose customers were heavy users of Android, like in Latin America, right? There was a point of friction on the development side, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we were able to solve and work around it. But on the end user side, there was always a drop of that because we track everything, right? So there was always a drop in the in the process for Android users. So we had to send them a reminder or that sort of thing so they can continue that conversion, right? That downloading a pass or the saving of the pass in someone's device. That's that was a conversion that we always kept track, right? Once you
Right.
have that person download the pass, now you can have direct communication to that person on their lock screen um, with push notifications, which are very, very effective.
I love that, man. Well, I'm gonna do a couple things here. I think I'm gonna start sharing my screen, and as people have comments or questions, please feel free to ask anything you want. Let's see what we'll do. First, I think let's share my screen. I think I've got a fun idea. Let's share our screen here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys before we even get into the wallet. We're going to have to make sure you're interested in the wallet stuff, right? And I'm also going to kill two birds with one stone, as they say, because I'm from South Kakalaki, South Carolina. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have old Claudie Boy here do a workflow. Have you ever seen Claude do a workflow? If you're in PMG, you have. What I'm going to do is I'm having him do a workflow to maybe hype us up. And I think this could be a cool thing for you guys to see just how far you can push your prompt engineering skills. So we're in Claude right now, and we do have the connector on for PMG. So we got all the things, and let's see what we can do. We need you to create a 15-second hype video using Hey Jen. You think I should leave the spelling like that? Hey Jen. And my regular voice. And it's going to be hyping up Apple and Google Wallet passes through PMG. And what we want you to do is after you've generated this video, it's going to go onto a landing page. But before that, we need to make sure that we create a Google Sheet because we're going to gauge the interest of the people watching on YouTube right now, how much they care about Wallet Pass stuff. So we'll need a Google Sheet for that. And then we're going to need a flow that will populate that Google Sheet. Then we're going to need a landing page that's going to host the video that you generate, as well as a super slick form that people can fill out that'll populate the Google Sheet all about the past stuff. So we want to gauge their interest and populate that on a Google Sheet. And also, don't forget, we need to have some slick background music added to the video that you generate. How you like that for a prompt?
I love it for this exercise. I love it. If I could add one thing, just one sentence, if it's maybe the opportunity for the end user to have access to something, right?
Yeah.
Because it's less about the technology than it's about the access, right? If we're gonna to I guess fill in our viewers
Mm-hmm.
who are looking to implement this, it's about the end user. They're going to have access once they become part of the program.
That's a good point. For me, as we have Claude do a bunch of work here, let's allow this. Um, for me, the thing that I take away from experience with loyalty clubs and restaurants, which is a lot of my background in the early days, is the people that have any sort of loyalty club membership, whether it be an app, which was like the, I guess, more traditional way to handle the notification thing and other data related stuff. They would invest in these apps and these programs. And the one that I helped build was like $11,000. And that was on the client side helping I think the company was called Table Up or something like that. Anyways, what I saw was the people really wanted to redeem the reward. So this made people spend more money on a ticket, and it would also make them come more frequently. And this restaurant group was really smart in the way that they cross pollinated between their 15 or 16 different restaurants that they had here on the island where I live, Hilton Head. Okay, so by the way, this is just rocking and rolling right now. It's already made music. Now it's making the Google sheet, by the way. This is just amazing. While we're having this chat, so you don't have to watch me do all these clicks, which is great for you guys right now. It's creating the flow, by the way, which is just amazing. But anyways, the fact that I was able to see, and it was something like, I don't know, just a few weeks, over $100,000 tracked. When you can track things, that's where it's always valuable. And I immediately understood right then after we saw those results and after seeing the ease in downloading, which is downloading an app is a harder thing to do than you would think, getting people to download the thing. But we did really good with this, and I saw this money come through. I was like, I could scale this just as like a consultant and make bank to help larger restaurant groups implement loyalty the right way. And so that was my first experience, and it was a combination. They had some punch programs. They had okay, so this is a great idea for some of you guys that are actually going to like go do the thing. They not only had a points system that was based on every dollar you spent, which we could also do. They also had lunch programs and beer club programs. Every restaurant that they had, I guess maybe half of the restaurants they had a partnership with a brewery somewhere in the state, and they all had their own branded beer. And so you would get incentivized to drink this beer, and you get your beer punches. So just like you get a haircut punch card, which is like one that I'm familiar with. I don't necessarily participate in the current one. I've thought about it so many times, and I don't want another card in my wallet necessarily. I'm not a big card guy. I don't even have a business card. So with our deal, we've solved the digital business card, which I think is a fun thing. But all of those loyalty pieces that I've mentioned, we have that ability, plus a unique thing that we're working on with our people, with the basically self-serve loyalty. Have you ever seen any success with that or seen that implemented? I know a lot of people have done a part of this. They've taken a picture of a receipt and like populated the thing. And while you can do that, it might not always be the best, easiest way. But have you ever had any experience in that? I personally have not. But I know that there are solutions out there.
So I think it was maybe less than a year and a half ago when you showed me an early update by ChatGPT where it could analyze a photo, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's when all these light bulbs started going off in my head, because now we were able to um, give people rewards remotely, right? So before it was more manual. The staff needed to be involved. The use of an app that was external, that was additional to to the apps that people have, that was a point of friction, or not one, it was at least three, because you needed to download another app, you needed to give it permissions to your location and to notifications, right? A lot of people don't follow those steps. You got to give them a really huge carrot at the end of the stick, if you will, to do that. So if you were able to figure that out early, that was great. Now there's no friction, right? Now there's no external app. It goes straight to your app that you already have in your iPhone, your iOS device, and Google and Samsung wallets. They're catching up. So yeah, I remember those days when we were kids back in New York. It was the ice cream guy, the ices guy that used to give us
Had the
this.
loyalty, the ice
Yeah,
cream man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Lose it,
of
we
course
it was
makes all the
promo.
sense.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at what we got going on over here. We're almost done. So if you're not using ChatGPT or Claude like we're using it, we're just on a different level. Just understand that, because while you get the answers to copy and paste and then go do the things, we've had this whole discussion and hanging out here. So what has this done? It's done so many things. It created the Google Sheet. It created a flow to populate the Google Sheet. It created the Hey Gen video. It created a landing page for the Hey Gen video. The video is 11 seconds. Now it is merging the media. What did it do? Okay, it took the audio that we did, we generated a song
Yeah.
as well, background
Yeah.
music. That's now being merged to the HeyGen video because we can't just be vanilla HeyGen. And now it's updating the landing page that it's made to include that video that it's done. Like all that's left now is to make a social post, right? Um, which we could also do right here in Claude. That's what I think we'll do. What we'll do is it's going to update the landing page, and then I'll have it make an image and post it, or maybe I'll just post the video that it made. We could do all this with just Claude, and it's almost done. Have you done anything this deep on our MCP, Danny? Like the whole workflow?
Not like this, not like that. I've done the social media posts on several channels with formatted to specific
Look at
channels,
this, dude.
different languages.
You see this, man? It made the whole thing.
Wow, yeah, that's next level. This is
Wow, dude. How fun is that? The old way, early way. And there's our form. Okay, cool.
wow.
So here's what we can do. Let's make this into a QR code. And this was the presentation that I had. I don't know if we'll even really go through that, but this was made in just one prompt. I haven't verified if it's very good yet, so it should be though. Look, so customer scans QR, wallet add to push, add punch, send SMS, push notifications, sheets log, 10 punches, reward, send email. This is like a perfect example of one of many flows that you could actually employ. So yeah, you can white label the whole thing, of course. There's Danny. I got you in there, of course, my friend. White label pass master was the name I gave you here. Okay, cool. So let's check this out. All right, so it says it's done. So here's the video. It gives us the video. Here's the Google sheet. We'll see. Let's see if we can it actually populates. Let's put my name in there. My industry. We'll say I'm a restaurant. Interest level. Look, it gave me the interest level slider. I want both to retain all the customers and notify them whenever I have slow time so I can drum up some business. And also, I'm going to put geo fences everywhere, especially around my competitors.
I love that. I
How
love
much
that,
does it cost?
that feature.
There
That
you go.
feature is so slick.
So let's see. What should happen is if things went the way we want them to go, this form I just filled out that says I'm on the list, what should happen is we should see the flow hit. So let's check the flow, make sure we're good here. And let's go to flows. Okay, look at this. Wallet pass interest flow. Look at this flow, dude. Get out of town, Bobby Brown. We got the Google Sheets right here. We've got the send email here, team notifications, all the things. So it should have hit. And let's see, did it? No, didn't hit yet. Let's make Claude check it. Watch. Go ahead and make sure that the webhook is enabled for the flow, and you run a test entry and make sure it hits on the Google Sheet. Let me know once it's done. That should be good, and it should populate right here on it. The flow is created, so it should work. This has like been the whole next level thing for me, is just to have Claude do it all. Look, so it can't reach from the sandbox. You can trigger it. You can trigger the flow yourself, dog. Okay, so he's going to read the sheet. He's going to see it. Enable true. Trigger the flow yourself. It should just do it. It's telling me how to run a curl like I can't, like I don't know how. Don't fail me now, Claude. Trigger the flow yourself. Fetching side. You don't need to do all that. Just run the flow. Just run the flow. Come on, Claude. I hate when it says it's going to be straight with me, and it's just lying. It is lying. I guess he did run it. That's what he's saying. He missed message and submitted that, but that's okay. There it is. There's a trigger flow firing it now. He's literally doing all the things, guys. This is the actual correct parameters here too. Flow executed. Now let me read this sheet to confirm it landed. Let's see if he sees it.
I love it when it troubleshoots for you, right? It's just
Yeah.
for cavemen like me that sometimes I missed a step or two, and I just ask it, hey, can you make it work, please? and,
We should
and
be able to, so like, we should be able to look at some other things too. This is an automation for when a certain club that I've since removed. There he is, Punchy. There's my one club. This will trigger off of an automation. So this is when the wallet is installed. This is what the flow is. I've got for one club, so it will give you your first punch. So you install the pass, you get the first punch. An SMS is sent, and this one's going to my number, but it could be the number of the contact. In this case, this was just like me really testing it. That's why I've got the punch emoji in there. But we're adding a punch to the customer. I'm getting a text message as the admin. Then we have a notification, push notification that goes to the person who just installed the pass, and it tells them, boom, now you have this many passes, which is kind of redundant in a way because we kind of notified them in a prior notification. I just wanted to do two at a time. Then it goes into Google Sheets for landing pages, and I've just got a couple of the fields there. And then lastly, it'll send an email. And this is a full HTML email, and it does have your custom fields. So this will populate the URL to their actual pass. So you could literally do so much. I'll show you the automation just so you can see that in the tools area. This is the new Yup pass. So this says it's built in. We've got many different things for the wallet: punches added, points added, rewards unlocked, discount claimed, new card issued, or new card installed. That's a nuance for Apple. We can't actually tell when the Google one is installed. They don't ping us back. But when you've got one installed, you can start a flow. Literally that easy. That's what we wanted to make it, just like brainless easy. And then everything populates into a Google Sheet. If you want to check out what the wallet passes look like, this is one of the programs that we've made called Punchy. It's just a test program. By the way, let's see. I think I've got Restring figured out too now, finally. So you can see, hopefully, I've got on my screen right here, this is the lock screen right here, and it says discount today only. So this is based on my location. This isn't a regular push notification. My location, I just placed it here. I'll show you how to do that as well. You can edit the program here and see all your different options. The geofence, this is my actual latitude and longitude. And so it's literally on my lock screen, like permanently, unless I turn this off or remove the card, which is a cool thing. When you think about the geofencing, number one, this is such a buzzword, like, and it has been for like 10 years. And I've never seen it like done properly or well, unless it's been with an application installed on your phone or a wallet pass. There's the only time I've seen geofencing work. Otherwise, this is like legacy media terminology. But have you used geofence much, Danny?
Yes, yes, and you would think that one of the probably the biggest, most successful loyalty programs out there, which is Starbucks,
Mm-hmm.
would do that, and they don't. Right? They're using it. They've been using it for a long time, but they haven't been using it to their full potential. Right? That's one of the things that I've seen. I mean, some of the biggest brands, and mm, they're still lacking. But
We got
wow.
to educate them. Now is the time. Now is the time. If anybody out there wants to join Punchy, you can just scan the QR code, and it should pull up a page for you to join. This is a public link, but you can also have the AI or the flow builder generate a link in a conversation. So you could totally do that. No problem. I've got a flow for you. This is a self or a staff scanner. So this is a really cool idea, I think. When you open up the scanner, you can type the code. This would go onto your client's phone or their device or their computer or their tablet, and you can either scan or type or add a new person to the club right on the spot. Which this becomes cumbersome without some sort of dedicated tool for it. This is a case where it's like just because you can doesn't mean you should necessarily, because when we do scan a receipt, that is kind of um, there's some pretty gangster stuff going on behind the scenes. Just put it that way. It's it's different. You could technically probably get the information over to an API if you were going to do it in another way. Like say you were going to just use a native way from OpenAI, or I guess they all pretty much offer the image analyzation at this point. But without the proper checks, I've just felt like it's hard to make sure you're actually not going to, for example, scan the same receipt twice, or have
Right.
someone out there that has a receipt scan it and then someone else be able to do it. We've got some things going on where that's like just literally not possible where we hash things. But that's a different story. Here you've got your broadcast, and Danny already taught. He's already schooled us today, telling us about segments. So that's something that we'll definitely bring. But this would show all of your people here. Let's see if anybody scanned. So we had someone scan who did it. Charles Mack, of course. What's up, Charles? So look, he got his point too. So that means that the flow that I just showed you is working perfectly. So he scanned it. I haven't him into I haven't given him a point, but because he went through the flow, he got the point, and he should have an email actually if he gave us email.
Right. That's part of it too.
You
Like,
said.
immediate recognition, immediate,
See, look, this boom, Charles. Now you have one. So this is the activity of the user. So you can see when it was issued, when it was installed. That means he's on iPhone. Of course, he's on iPhone. And he got the welcome. Then he got add punch. That was a notification. And then he got this boom. You're the man. Thank you as always, bro. And now I just sent him another personal one-to-one notification, which I think is just a really cool thing. Now, because I have this punch card associated with an agent, it's also going to make a contact or update a contact for this agent, which is another cool thing. So I could technically hop over into the inbox and send him a text message too. We might have to add push notifications there, but you can change all your branding, which is a cool thing. If you don't have branding, that's okay too, because you can generate that. Just generate the thing. Make a smiley face emoji, but on a wallet. That's like the worst image prompt ever. I just gave it that. And we'll do the same thing for the cover. It'll generate the image for us, and that will populate on the card or the passes when people download that, which would be kind of a cool thing. There's our smiley face. Let's just do it again. Let's do it for the cover. The cover photo will be nicer too. We automatically resize the images for you, so you don't have to worry about sizing things properly, or like downsizing a larger image will automatically do that. And you can have all the branding you want. We don't lock anything out there for now. That doesn't mean as we go in the future, for new people that haven't been with us for a while, they might be subject to limited branding, but for now it's wide open, and we don't change anything for anyone ever. So now we have our cool little deal updated. If I hit preview here, I could literally sign up, get my pass. Let's add it to the Google Wallet this time. There's our punchy card. Let's add it. And there's our stuff all nicely branded with our image there. If I wanted to send a push notification here, I could do that. Actually, if I refresh, I should have. Okay, so this is a difference, a nuance in the Apple versus Google Wallet, because I have the automation on checking for installs. We don't see the install on the Google side. I just heard my phone go off though. So let's see. It just knows I installed it. So that was that notification. But that's okay. We can send another one. Let's see if we should have 3 or more people now. 3. And I want to say for everyone that's part of the VIP club, you get a free burger tomorrow between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. And everyone else that didn't, that hesitated, you don't get it for free because you're not part of the exclusive club. That's what Danny's point was. And it tells you how many people have gotten the message, which is great. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to give myself a point. I deserve a point. So cool. And I see that this person also got the message there. What else should we show? Let's get back over to Claude here. Just done all these things. Now the webhook is live and all that's good stuff. All right, cool. So now I'm going to do this. Choose between any of the image generation models we have and come up with a thank you, Danny image, as well as a thank you to everyone watching on YouTube. Generate it right now. Don't ask any questions. You gotta be stern with old Claude sometimes. So he's gonna choose. I made him choose. I need image generation. Let me load it. That's so Matrix. That sounds like the Matrix. You know, when they're loading up the skills in the Matrix, and there's instant Kung Fu Master. It's exactly what Claude's doing. Let's see which one he chose. What do you think he chose? Grok, OpenAI, or Gemini? Which one?
Grok.
Ooh. Does anyone want to guess?
Oh, wait, or maybe ChatGPT?
What's going on, Kenny?
Kenny.
Let's see what it says. Gemini.
Oh.
I love to look at Claude's prompts, by the way. We didn't prompt this. We just told Claude what to do. So this is Claude prompting it, which is just so crazy to me.
Like it's reasoning, right?
Yeah. Well, this is, so it reasoned and then prompted. It says Gemini. Yep. Gemini. Yep. You got the notification. Look at that. So look at that. Charles got the notification. Boom. You see? See? It's too good, isn't it? What's going on, man? I'm so glad you're here. So let's look at the image. You didn't know Claude could generate images? Thank you, Danny. Thank you to everyone watching on YouTube. PayMeGPT live from the low country. That's amazing, man. I mean, could Asta do a better job? Yes. But could he do a better job with the MCP? Yes. He could also do a better job with Canva, and Wendy could, or Photoshop. But like, at the end of the day, their time is better spent on other stuff in many cases than fooling around with font types and color stuff. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong, Asta?
I was actually sending Asta an audio note when I was walking my dog and testing the geofence notification on my device because I had a question regarding the StreamYard, and little did I know he was also creating the images for this for
the thumbnail, right? He did it fast. Yeah. He might have used AI to do some stuff though. I would think. I would hope so. So this was a big prompt. We started out with this, by the way, guys. For those of you joining late, this is our first prompt, and that gave us an awesome landing page. Where did it go? This is the landing page right here. That's amazing, dude. It literally built this while we were chatting. That's amazing. I don't care who you are. The form's not bad either. No spam ever. PMG forever. 2000. Okay, I got that one wrong. 2025. I did want to say too. This is HeyGen, but you can generate videos with Claude, with Grok, or Gemini, or for now Sora until they take away Sora. I can say for those that wonder how can you use this in production, the largest, probably the most important election in my area for the sheriff in this Beaufort County, South Carolina, we used 3 to 4 AI generated videos in B-roll, and the videos just taken off. Got no negative feedback, And I think that's like for now the best way to use videos. Now I will say we've got someone in PMG fam that's generating like literal car commercials. Like they look every single thing that he just showed me, it looks like I would have seen it on TV.
I think I've
And that,
seen those.
we're
Yeah.
at that level now too. And it's only going to get better. And with people like that gentleman, who helps us understand the creative side, and people like you, Danny, people like Charles, we're just going to continue to have some amazing things and do some amazing things with this technology. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I appreciate you coming on and schooling us and getting us hype. And hopefully we'll see more of that, man.
Oh no, absolutely. I had to jump all over that. I'm actually late because the update was like what 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So I was actually feeling a little bit of FOMO that like man, I need to really spend some time taking a look at this, and I built something really quickly.
Did you build
It
it from your phone or the computer?
My phone.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that. See,
yeah.
that's another thing, man. I'm telling you, what I'm trying to do is future proof everyone. Well, my real goal is for people that want to make money with AI. That's what they want to do. They want to make money with AI. I don't want to have any excuses on the technology side of it. I wish I could have done this, or I wish this wasn't so much. Because like we've literally packaged so many other categories of software into this application at this point, and I want people to just scale and just win. And this won't be something that millions of people are using directly from us, but the people that ride with us, I think, have the best chance to like really do some big things. For me, every business I drive by, I want them to have the AI from us. That's literally what I want. And we're making it. We're making it slow and steady. And I just want everyone to just be able to do what they want to do. That's really the goal. Just make
It's
it so easy it sells itself. Yeah, that's right.
accelerating the adoption of these tools.
I
It's
mean, I think Claude's going to be in our vehicles. You're a Tesla lover. Grok too. I feel like we're just like we could probably do it now. I've done it on my phone in my car, but I think it'll be built into our cars eventually. Like we're going to tell our own agents, whether they're Claude or Chat GPT or a native agent. I think that we're just going to be able to like tell the thing what to do all day long, and it's going to do it. And we're just going to be the people implementing this the earliest, because without us, it doesn't get put anywhere.
That's right. And I mean, 6 months ago, we weren't able to conceive this in our minds, probably.
No way. No way.
But now it's we're right in the middle of it, and it's just amazing. One of the things that I that I want to include maybe after this live stream is done for the
Mhm.
community it's a paper that I wrote about the anatomy of an effective loyalty program, right? So there you'll be able to, um, as you build, right, implement these fundamentals, right? The From the perception of the end user, the psychological triggers that are probably going to work as far as a human brain makes a purchase decision, right? As technology evolves, our human brain also is making the same decisions probably he was making when we were cavemen, but he's making it so much faster, right? So the anatomy of an effective loyalty program in English and in Spanish, I will be sharing that with the community.
I love that, man. Thank you. Appreciate that, dude. You are the man. You are the wallet king. That's why we had you up here, and I'm looking forward to you helping us develop this thing out more and making it better. And at the end of the day, reaching our goal of helping our people make more money with AI.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. See you later, man.
Take care.
Peace, guys.